Having a very rich sex life and a very rich sexual intimacy with your partner basically boils down to the amount of sexual currency that you have and you and your partner have between you. Now, sexual currency, of course, the masculine mind is like, I trade, I give, I sell. No, sexual currency is actually your energy. So think of it as a current of energy. It's your sexual energy. And most of us have our sexual energy as a belief system of a certain charge that we give. For instance, my sex energy comes when I'm super aroused and I have sex. Sexual energy, there it is. Well, if that's your only currency of energy, and you move through life in a longer relationship or in your own journey, you're going to find that life can be depleting, that life can be overwhelming, that there are so many areas of our life that actually can drain us in our central nervous systems, in our life circumstances, in our mindset, in our life, where we are drained of our life force energy. And then when it comes to our intimate partner, it's like, I have no energy to give that level of charge, whether it's sex or commitment or connection. I just don't have it in me. So what we do is we just don't put out. We don't connect. And we end up having these stagnant sexual relationships where we feel guilt, where we feel resentment, where we feel we want to avoid, where we feel it's a topic and a trigger, and where we feel really there's no place to solve it because we don't have the energy to give. Maybe they don't have the energy to give, and now you have a misaligned sexual energy between you and your partner that's making you feel numb, or making you feel hardened, or making you feel weak, depending on which sexual partner you are and which energy you take in dominance in your connection. Women might feel numb, men might feel weak and disempowered, men might feel anger, women might feel resentment. It depends on where we are in our relationship and the energy we have. But there is an incredible tool that we can start to learn where we shift our mindset. We all have sexual narratives. We have a narrative in our mind of what our sex and our sex energy and our sex currency is. When we can start to change our mental narrative around what sexual energy is and how we then charge and give and build currency in ourselves and with our partner, you're going to see a significant shift in the wave of energy in your life in multiple areas. Because ultimately, energy is energy. It builds or it drains. It is compounding or it is going down. So we want to build sexual energy. We want to build your currency. Now, how do we do this? The first thing is, I want you to write down what you believe your sexual currency is. It's such an important starting place for all of us. What do I believe I give in my sexuality, in my sex energy, for myself or with my partner? If it's sex or blowjob or oral or stripping or something that takes actually quite a lot of desire and motivation, and it's something maybe in your life right now you don't have in you because we are going through intense times, we do have full-time jobs, kids, lives, you're probably going to feel drained. So I want you to begin to write down where you're limiting yourself in your narrative around your currency. The second thing is then to start to say, how can I build sexual currency? Well, sexual currency basically builds through our sensuality, not just our sexuality. And sensuality ultimately breaks down to our senses. It's sensational. Now, we all have 5 senses and multiple levels of metasenses that all are very tactical and all create a reaction and a response. And in that we have a currency. There is a currency of energy that most of us are numb or oblivious to. However, we can begin to choose to build up our currency of sensuality, to charge up our sexuality, to begin to create deeper desire, to be able to feel charged and fulfilled in our sex life, in our relationships, in the way that we present. Women become radiant, men become power and anchored. How do we build our sensations? Well, there's some normalized ways that you can actually practically do it. Let's just get into our masculine, like what can we do? Sexual currency with a partner can be built in a couple of different ways. forehead kisses, sending a sneaky picture. What about if your partner is at work and you just want to build a little bit of polarity? So you just send them a little picture of your lacy underwear, or just a picture of your hand, something that you and your partner know. Oof. What if you're single? How do you start to charge your sexual currency? Get a cute pair of underwear, put them on, wear them underneath your work pants. You're just charging yourself. No one needs to know, but you start to feel it. What about text messages? Not sending a message, oh, we haven't had sex and I'd really like to have it later, or like, oh God, I feel. What about, I don't know if you're feeling this, but I'm really feeling you right now, and I can't wait to see you. No expectation. Expectation is the absolute killer of sexual currency, because it's like, now I have to. But building up desire, building up curiosity, building up flirtation. Just swallowed my tea and couldn't help thinking about you, winking smiley face. Whatever it is, get cheesy with your flirting. Human beings love to flirt, we love to play, we love to feel seen and joke around. And you build up a currency between you and your partner that begins to create safety for desire, safety for expectation, and safety for boundaries. Most of us lose our sexual currency because we don't feel safe in setting boundaries, because we have fear of rejection. We don't feel safe in how we invest with our time. And we don't feel that we actually have enough to trade on. Start building sexual currency. It is such a powerful way for you to then build into your purpose. For you and yourself in your journey, if you're watching this, building sexual currency as allowing yourself to really drop into your sensations. This is something that Tantra teaches, something that I teach in depth with my clients in one-on-one containers and in groups, is actually how to embody your sensual energy, how to begin to build this currency, because this currency is what creates a flow for life, a flow with your partner, and a flow in your own body, where you're a receptive, magnetic radiance. But one thing I absolutely want you to take away from today is to understand your narrative of what sexual currency is, to see if you have space to begin to shift it, and to begin to play with how you can build sexual currency with yourself, in your sensations, and with your partner. And have the courage to begin to invest. Even if you're a first-time investor, start investing, start building that momentum with intention that's positive, that's true, because that will grow into your desires, and that will build into deeper intimacy, connection, and wealth in your sex life, in your sexuality, and in your sensuality.